to start another. Okay. This poem, Phenomenal Woman, this is also one of the famous poems of Maya Angelou, like one we covered, Still Arise. So we are just going to read it first. Okay, read it from here.
Pretty woman wonder where my secret lies. I'm not cute or built to suit a fashion model size, but when I start to tell them, they think I'm telling lies. I say it's in the reach of my arms, the span of my hips, the stride of my step, the curl of my lips. I'm a woman phenomenally, phenomenal woman, that's me. I walk into a room just as cool as you please, and to a man the fellows stand or fall down on their knees. Then they swarm around me, a hive of honeybees. I say, it's the fire in my eyes. And the flash of my teeth, the swing in my waist, and the joy in my feet. I'm a woman phenomenally, phenomenal woman, that's me. Men themselves have wondered what they see in me. They try so much, but they can't touch my inner mystery. When I try to show them, they say they still can't see. I say it's in the arch of my back, the sun of my smile, the ride of my breasts, the grace of my style. I'm a woman phenomenally.
Yes.
I will, sorry, phenomenal woman, that's me. Now you understand just why my head's not bowed. I don't shout or jump about or have.
Yes.
Or jump about or have to talk real loud. When you see me passing, it ought to make you proud. I say it's in the click of my heels, the bend of my hair, the palm of my hand, the need for my care, because I'm a woman phenomenally, phenomenal woman, that's me.
Yes. So this is a poem, Phenomenal Woman. Okay. So here, like this is the first stanza till here. There are total 5 stanzas, okay? So pretty women wonder where my secret lies. I'm not cute or built to suit a fashion model size. Actually, the word is not written here, but there is a word. But when I start to tell them, they think I'm telling lies. I say, it's in the reach of my arms, the span of my hips, the stride of my step, the curl of my lips. I'm a phenomenal woman. That's me. Okay, so this is the very first stanza. And here you can see, like, first of all, talking about this poem, she's defining here the real beauty of woman is she feels and takes pride in what makes her unique as a woman. So here in this poem, she's talking about her beauty as well as talking about the beauty of a woman. So she is a kind of representative of all women. And then here in the way, it's about the a general, a kind of a comment. Like each stanza has its own climax when listing traits. So here in every stanza, we'll see that there are some special traits of women, and then followed by the following actions. When the rhythm slows, I'm a woman. So every stanza we can see that it ends with the words I'm a woman. And then here she's saying, like, pretty women wonder where my secret lies. I'm no cute, are built to suit a fashion model size. So here, this is the imagery of woman's appearance. So she is talking about of a normal woman, the women who uh, appear or who show themselves or who make themselves beautiful with some kind of the makeup or the things which they put on them. But here she's talking about her beauty, which she's saying that she is beautiful without having these all things, without that are making herself just like the fashion model. And then here, but when I start to tell them, they think I'm telling lies. So she's saying that when she tells them or she shows them her beauty, so they think, other women, they think that she is speaking lies. So here we can see from these both lines, like society has one definition of beauty, and she wants to prove them wrong. And she thinks her natural beauty is her real and actual beauty. And then here there is a kind of repetition, and here anaphora. Anaphora is the repetition at the beginning of a stanza, So in the starting words of lines. So here we can see this anaphora, which it is making it lyrical, and it's also giving it a flow. And then here, designed to elicit emotional response. The way you know, she has given. Uh, she's describing these lines that she's talking about her different traits. So he is giving a kind of emotional response to her critics. And then if we see in this is the first and second stanza now. This is the second stanza. Like, I walk into a room just as cool as you please, and to a man, the fellows stand or fall down on their knees. Then they swarm around me, a hive of honeybees. I say, it's the fire in my arm, in my eyes, and the flesh of my teeth, the swing in my waist, and the joy in my feet. I'm a woman, phenomenal woman. That's me. So here we can see again the purposeful lyrical tone and fun flow could be influenced by Maya Angelou's career as a dancer and actress. The way she is using a kind of lyrical tone here, and then here flow of a stanza fits the prideful and sassy beat. Like here we can see with the use of these words and how she's describing herself and her different traits. And then repetition of these lines here, we can see these lines are repeating many times in this poem. So here, the repetition of these lines, it is stressing the phrase and her point of view, the way she considers herself and she wants to portray herself. And then here, this is men themselves have wondered what they see in me. They try so much, but they can't touch my inner mystery. When I try to show them, they say they still can't see. I say it's in the arch of my back, the sun of my smile, and the ride of my breast, the grace of my style. I'm a woman phenomenal woman. That's me. So here in these lines, like the sun of my smile, the ride of my breast, the grace of my style. So she's listing her characteristics, gives, and these are the things which, gives, like, these are showing her persona for the proud confidence, uh, and a confident woman to be understood. So she's talking about the overall, the views which she want to give others about herself. And then here, this is the last of the stanza. Now you understand just why my head's not bowed. So now she's telling us that these are the reasons which she has told in this whole poem. Like, these are the reasons that my head is not bowed. So I don't shout or jump about or have to talk real loud. When you see me passing, I ought to make you proud. I say, it's in the click of my heels, the bend of my hair, the palm of my hand, the need of my care. Because I'm a woman, phenomenal woman, that's me. So here, final stanza shows reader that they should understand what makes her that way, and she's proud of it. Okay. Okay. So now here, like in this poem by Maya Angelou, she defies the stereotypes women are often faced with today. It is a poem filled with strength and determination. So here, as I told you, so she is portraying herself. She is representing herself as herself as well as other women. And the central idea is the poem's powerful declaration of self-worth and defiance against societal expectations of beauty. Okay. And then Phenomenal Woman appeared in Maya Angelou's third volume of poetry and a Still Rise. It was first published in 1978. In this poem, she celebrates her body and the bodies and positive characteristics of all women. Angelou, who died at the age of 86 in 2014, is one of the most celebrated poets and memoirists in American literature. She is remembered as a writer as well as a civil rights activist. In the first of her autobiographies, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings was the first US bestseller ever written by an African American woman. It catapulted Angelus into an instant fame in the literary world. The majority of her work deals with racism and sexism she experienced as an African American woman. The Phenomenal Woman is one of her most memorable poems across her numerous volumes of poetry. Okay, and here the summary of this poem, like the first person speak of the poem Phenomenal Woman, presumably Maya Angelou describes the allure she has and celebrates her identity as a woman. Throughout each stanza, the speaker exposes the attributes she possesses that deem her irresistible to others, particularly to those of the opposite sex, despite the fact that she does not fit into society's definition of what makes a woman beautiful. The first stanza includes the physical traits that make her stand out from her hips to her smile. As the poem continues, she extols the inner mystery that makes her so attractive to the men around her. She uses phrases like the spin of my hips, grace of my style, ride of my breasts, and bend of my hair. She also mentions the flash of my teeth, click of my heels, and a reach of my arms. These are the examples of parallelism that all indicate the poet's interpretation of her strength and power. Now here, see the word parallelism. It's a kind of structure. Uh, you can also call it a grammatical structure. Like uh, it occurs when the writer uses the same structure in multiple lines. Now here you can see what we are calling the same structure. Here you can see, like, the right of a dress, band of my hair. So here you can see these all sentences, these all, you know, these all sentences, a kind of, call it a clause, a sentence, a phrase, because probably there is not any we have removed, there isn't any kind of subject here, so call it clause or phrase. So in these all phrases you can see that there is a verb, and then there is the other part of the sentence. So, and these all are following the same structure. You can see the first form of the verb in all these phrases, and then the remaining part of the sentence. So ride of my breast, band of my hair, and then flash of my teeth, and click of my hair, reach of my arm. So this is the structure which we are calling it parallelism, the same structure. Okay, and then at the end of the piece, she describes the confidence and pride she has in herself, which radiates from her. In essence, this is Angelou's anthem about her pride in being a woman. So she is celebrating, being a woman in this. So she's celebrating this thing in this poem. Meaning. Okay, so Angelou's constant use of the word phenomenal is twofold. One, most often defines the word as meaning extraordinary and impressive, and she is certainly reveling in being an extraordinary and impressive woman. However, the word phenomenal is also synonymous with unbelievable. So, by consciously choosing to call herself phenomenal, the speaker seems almost incredulous that she's lucky enough to be a woman. That's why she says in the last four lines of the poem, because I'm a woman, phenomenally, phenomenal woman, that's me. Okay. And then here we can see the structure of the poem. So structurally, Andu breaks her poem into four stanzas. There's a very smaller stanza, fifth one, with a smaller yet a still insignificant stanza in between. Sorry, not insignificant, significant stanza in between. There is a stanza of just two lines, the third stanza. So there are total five stanzas. Well, there's one. While there's some evidence of rhyme, she mostly uses an unconventional rhyme scheme. She begins the poem with a couplet in the first two lines. Pretty women wonder where my secret lies. I'm not cute or built to suit a fashion model size. While her use of rhyme is sporadic, she does, however, repeatedly end her lines with words that end in S. That adds to the sultry, sensual tone of the poem, particularly when it is read aloud. Okay, literary devices here we can see the repetition in this poem, and then there is enchantment. Okay, so we are just going to read it. Angelou end the majority of the stanzas with "That's me." Okay, so in addition, the phrase phenomenal woman is repeated throughout the course of the poem, once again emphasizing Angelou's unconventional beauty and appeal to the opposite sex. And then there's enchantment, seen in the transition between lines 10 and 11 of the first stanza, as well as lines 1 and 2 of the second stanza. And then there's alliteration. Examples include women wonder in the line one of stanza one, and follows and fall in the lines 4 and 5 of the second stanza. And then there is imagery. The stride of my step, the color of my lips, then they swarm around me, a hive of honeybees. These all are the examples of imagery used by Maya in this poem. Okay, so theme. It is Phenomenal Woman tips on the themes of womanhood, identity, pride, self-love, and self-acceptance. The main theme, womanhood, is celebrated throughout the poem. The line, I'm a woman, propagates her self-confidence in being a woman. She celebrates not only her bodily beauty, but also her inner glow. Another important theme, identity, is explored from the perspective of gender. She does not talk about her racial identity. Rather, her voice expresses her pride of being an attractive woman, not physically, but mentally. Okay. And then the themes of self-love and self-acceptance are there in this work. In the last stanza, the speaker says that her head is unbowed as she accepts how she is. She's happy with it and takes pride in the way her body radiates her inner beauty. Okay, now we are just going to analyze these one by one. Okay, now just read this first stanza.
Pretty woman, wonder where my secret lies. I'm not cute or built to suit a fashion multi-size. But when I start to tell them, they think I'm telling lies. I say it's in the reach of my arms, the span of my hips, the stride of my step, the curl of my lips. I'm a woman phenomenally, phenomenal woman, that's me.
Okay. So this is the first stanza. In the first stanza, Angelou's speaker bluntly tells her reader that other women wonder what she has that they are missing, even though she lacks the traits that society most often judges to be beautiful. She intuits that the other women are jealous of her. She writes, "They think I'm telling lies." The speaker continues on, telling the reader her appeal lies in her arms, hips, and lips. Her voice reflects a sense of confidence as she does not hesitate to talk about the spin of her hips or the stride of her steps. Her body is unique and she is satisfied with how she is. Besides, she doesn't care about the so-called fashion. She's confident that it's in the reach of her arms. The last four lines of this stanza are repeated in the following stanzas with slight variations. These lines act as a refrain that expresses the speaker's inner happiness for being a phenomenal woman. This is the refrain which I've already told you. Like this is a kind of technique, I think, which is used in the poems, and these show the repeated sections of text that usually appear at the end of our stanza. Okay, now here the refrain which she is using, that is phenomenal woman. Okay, and she's also using the words "that's me." Okay, read it now.
I walk into a room just as cool as you please, and to a man the fellows stand or fall down on their knees. Then they swarm around me, a hive of honey bees. I say it's the fire in my eyes and the flash of my teeth, the swing in my waist and the joy in my feet. I'm a woman phenomenally.
Okay. So now in her second stanza, she moves away from discussing women and begins to discuss the spell she seems to have over the man she encounters. Her attractiveness goes beyond the physical. It's something innate inside her that makes her so irresistible to men. While women can change the way they look, Angelou insinuates that they will never be able to replicate what she naturally possesses inside herself. She is just, continuously focusing her natural beauty, okay? And she's satisfied with what she already, has. Okay, now here, okay, this is the third stanza, which is shortest of all these, okay? And there are just two lines in the third stanza. Okay, we are just going to do this. Oh, the third stanza contains only two lines. These lines are part of the refrain. Separating these lines in this stanza, Angelou tries to emphasize the idea. Okay, these are the two lines which are repeating in all other stanzas. Besides, she uses this scheme to give a special stress to the words. It enhances the confident mood of the poem. As readers can see, these lines need a special emphasis. The repetition of the same idea also expounds on how she feels when men hover around her like honeybees. She feels confident by thinking about men's reactions and celebrates her phenomenal beauty. Okay, now this is your fourth stanza. Okay, read it now.
Now you understand just why my head's not bowed. I don't shout or jump about or have to talk real loud. When you see me passing, it ought to make you proud. I say it's in the click of my heels, the bend of my hair, the palm of my hand, the need for my care. 'Cause I'm a woman phenomenally, phenomenal woman, that's me.
Okay, okay. So here, this idea continues into the fourth stanza, where the speaker discusses the fact that even man cannot pinpoint what it is about her that is so irresistible. Her answer to them is that she is a woman. She is saying unbelievably, I'm a woman. I'm an extraordinary, amazing woman. That's who I am. Readers can find a metaphor in this stanza. It is present in the phrase inner mystery. The mystery is nothing but the speaker's self-confidence. Okay, so here the inner mystery, this is being represented as a metaphor, and now because we can relate this mystery with her self-confidence. Besides, the son of a smile contains another metaphor. Angelou implicitly compares her smile to sunshine. The sun is also a symbol of energy as well as self-sufficiency. So her smile is energetic like the sunlight. Okay. And then uh, the very last stanza. Okay, read it. This one.
Now you understand. Oh, hmm?
Yes.
I read this one.
This is the same.
Yeah.
I think this is repeating. Okay. This is getting repeated. So you should read it from, okay, just a minute. Now you understand the same one. Our walk, men themselves have wondered. They just come. I think we haven't covered this, right? Have we covered it now? No. I think this we have left, right?
Yes.
Okay, just a minute. Shells have wondered what they see in me. The transform. Okay, just a minute. The stanza, and this is the fourth one. Okay. Okay, but I read it now. This is the. I think there is some kind of confusion in third and fourth. After we. Okay, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to make the correction here. We are just going to leave these two stanzas, fourth and fifth. Okay, I'm just going to see that what has. Okay, so we are just going to do a little bit about. I already have told you this thing when we were doing the very first poem, because we did in very much detail about the poet and the historical overall context of the Maya Angelou and her poetry, the background of her, and we have covered these all things. I'm just leaving it on you, and I'm just giving you to read it. You just have to read this thing. Just read it because we already have covered it. Okay. Yes, read it
Um,
now.
A Phenomenal Woman was first published in Maya Angelou's collection And Still I Rise, 1978. Later it was published in her book of poetry Phenomenal Woman, 4 poems celebrating women in 1995, along with Maya Angelou's most popular poems such as Still I Rise and Our Grandmothers. This poem was previously published in Cosmopolitan magazine along with her Just for a Time in 1978. In 1993, American romantic drama film Poetic Justice, it was also featured. After its initial appearance, it got a favorable response from the critics as well as the audience. Angelou often performed Phenomenal Woman, which has been called her personal theme poem. Literary critic Harold Bloom considers it a hymn-like poem to woman's beauty. In an interview, Angelou said that the poem was for all women. She added, now I know men are phenomenal, but they have to write their own poem.
Okay. 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 This is the central idea of the poem, like self-confidence and self-acceptance. Okay. This we have already seen. This thing I already told you in the theme section. And these are the themes again. Okay. Okay. This is all about this poem. Okay, so we are going to end it here, and then